And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mayfield drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
And there's the first carry of the game from Barry Sanders. His burst, his bounce, absolutely iconic. That guy moves in directions most people aren't able to do.
Career rushing yards are crazy, over 15,000, and the only player with 5 1,500-yard seasons. Just incredible. They'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He is going to find Hill here. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
You've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
Let's go. Great.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Tyreek Hill 29 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon. Wentz to throw on second down. Turning quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Wentz to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there, taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Eagles add on to their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mayfield down. They'll roll him out right. And he's got room. Gets past 1 man. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Detroit!
Mayfield on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go now. Look at me.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. His throw caught at about the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And again, it's Mayfield. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. DJ Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Parkey with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A final shot before half for Wentz. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, here's Wentz. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Some guys just simply have it, and Randy Moss is one of those guys. His big playability, once again on display right there.
That's what he's known for. He averaged 15.6 yards per reception during his playing days. Highest career yards per catch average for any player with 900 or more receptions. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Wentz. He gets it to Brown, complete. The 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Let's go.
Now Wentz. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Nowhere, taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Safety Brian Dawkins earns the tackle for loss. Mayfield now from the 50. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Gone!
Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he'll win it over the middle. Oh, and now he bowls him up, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 37 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now, Barney!
Play fake. Mayfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete as well.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Mayfield, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They run with a Hall of Famer, Sanders. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Man 5-7.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, They're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Eagles on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Wentz now to throw. Steps away to his left. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz from 21 yards away. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Second down, Mayfield. And he's got some space here. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
This is Sanders, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Another run with Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Eagles on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Nashville, good night, everybody. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The veteran kicker, Mason Crosby, set to do the honors here. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First and 10, Mayfield. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Jerry Rice, open right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Mayfield drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And avoids the contact by sliding. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. On the crossing route, complete. It's Moss. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Reuben Foster able to get him for a loss of about 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
To throw is Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Hometown of Orlando, Florida, an absolute mess. Third and long, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Mayfield looks to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield now. Man open, Rice. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Walker with a grab, left side. And now running right through it. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And some room to work. Open space inside the 10. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to run.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They go play action. Mayfield. And that is incomplete here. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Stephon Diggs from 3 yards out. And the Colts are in for 6. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. The Madden Elite's offense coming back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 14. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. Flushed out right. And he checks this one down to Williams. He finds an opening past the 40. A good pickup there, 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Wilson on first down. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And it's a touchdown. Randy Moss in the final seconds of the first half. And the Madden Elite's just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And the Colts coming out now. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Madden Elite's offense trotting out again. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Throwing is Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And this is going to be incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They've got great field position, obviously, to start this drive. Tie game, do you maybe go a little riskier here with that great field position?
I think some guys look at it and say, let's go. Be aggressive, be bold, let's get it downfield right now. Other guys will look at it and say, you know something? I think we're in a position to get 3 points if we don't make any big mistakes. Run our offense, get in that spot, and see if you get the 3, and hopefully maybe even more.
Either way, I bet they're happy to have options. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked up by Deion Sanders. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field, where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Buying time to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Gonzalez. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Back now in Baltimore. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Out from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Wilson. He finds his target, Beckham. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Odell Beckham, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Madden Elites are in for 6. And, man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches. The fun stuff Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. This will be taken short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Mayfield on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Ray Lewis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play fake. Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. First down, Mayfield. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, Williams trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And the Colts getting ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation. Late game situation.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But that's, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. And some room to maneuver. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Madden Elites heading back onto the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, let him give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Rolling to his right. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he checks this one down to Williams. And another timeout taken by the Colts. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
This is where his eyes told him everything he needed to know. As a linebacker, when you're sitting at the 2nd level and you can see everything in front of you, that play just developed right in front of him, and he got there in a hurry and made a really nice play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Gonzalez. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. How about that, partner? Not only a 4th down conversion in a tie game, a 4th down conversion in overtime in a tie game.
And so many factors go into making that call, and a lot of it is a head coach feeling the rhythm and understanding his team. Sometimes you think, okay, we better get this done right now. We might not have enough left if we let this game extend. Let's go get it, end it, and get a victory.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Throwing again here, Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Now it's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Linval Joseph, able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give them another shot on third down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. Fourth down, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
On second down, Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The 13 yards that time of the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.